Welcome back to another day in the life of a reseller blog. Today is Saturday, March 16th. Those of you who've been following the channel know that I purchased a 5x5 storage unit for $260. We've been working our way through some of that inventory and we've been finding some good stuff. We got some laundry going right now, some good clothing that came out of the unit. If you've watched the last couple days, you know we found some jewelry, we found a little bit of everything. But we're still looking for that home run with that big money item in this unit. Not sure if it's going to turn out or not, but so far we're doing good just based on the clothing alone. I've done a couple loads of laundry and shown off some of the better items that have come out of the unit, but we've got a few more that came out of today's load of laundry. We did a white color, a load of whites, and we have some nice graphic t-shirts that I'm going to show you in a second here. But before we get to those graphic tees, let's take a look and see what sold overnight out of the big store. Looks like we had 6 sales for $147.95. $147.95 for 6 sales. Let's see what sold. First item sold for $21.70. It's a Nike binary blue and white t-shirt, cotton men's solid graphic tee, size extra large. Second item sold for $27.76. It's a pair of Adidas women's sneakers, the 3-stripe mesh comfort running shoes, size 9.5. Third item sold for $27.14. It's a new Star Trek Voyager, A Vision of the Future paperback book. Fourth item sold for $25.52. It's a Nike Jordan Jumpman black and red baseball hat, one size fits all snapback cap. Fifth item sold for $10.24. It's a Motherhood Maternity red and white striped large 3/4 sleeve t-shirt. And finally, accepted an offer on this one this morning, sold for $35.59. It's a lot of 24 women's medium t-shirt tops, solid graphic floral white, keyword Old Navy. So that lot of t-shirt came out of an old storage unit that I did. Instead of listing them individually, I decided to bulk up some of the t-shirts, and I've had some success with that. Just bulking up the same size t-shirts. That's one way you can handle kind of non-branded t-shirts. Just bulk them up and give them a deal. As you see, $35. That one's out the door. Make a decent amount of money on that one and move it on to a new owner. So I'm going to grab that stuff from inventory. We'll get some shipping labels on those and get those ready to ship out to the customer. But first, let's take a look at those graphic t-shirts and some of the nicer items. I think there's a nice dress in the last load of laundry that came out. It was the white stuff, everything. We did a load of colors and we did a load of whites. This was the white stuff that came out looking fresh, ready to resale. So let's take a look. All right, we got a stack of graphic t-shirts here. These all came out of the storage unit. This is another one of those anime t-shirts. It's called Black Butler. As you can see, it has the Black Butler character with the little cat on there. Here's another graphic t-shirt. This one's size medium, ladies. It has a character on there. I'm not really familiar with it. I'll have to do a search of this and see what it is, but it says butts on the front there. Here's another one. The storage unit has produced quite a few humorous t-shirts. They like to buy those. This one is Nugs Not Drugs. And finally, this is one of the nicer dresses that came out of the unit. As you can see, there was quite a few dresses in this unit. This one is called Live and Let Live. It's a size medium. Has the lace around the collar there with a design midway through. Here's another item that came out of the unit. This one had a little issue when it came out of the dryer that looks like the label came off, the branding label. It's a Marilyn and Me. It's kind of a puffer style vest, size large with the faux fur hood. Alright, we're out here in the garage. Let me give you guys a reminder at what we're going to be opening today. We still have quite a few bags that I've yet to get into. I showed you guys some of this in yesterday's video, but there were these 3 black bags. Just opened the garage and one of them actually fell on the floor, so it's ready to be opened, right? That's a sign. We got these 3 bags. We're going to get into them. I'm going to show you guys what is in them, and then we'll discuss the value and what we plan to do with it. There's one of them just tumbled to the ground. There, the other two. They're kind of these large kind of bags with zippers on them. So we're going to get into those today. There's all this other stuff over here that we have yet to open as well. So we might do some of that as well. This kind of animal print bag was an interesting one. Kind of feels like there might be some clothes in there. But I don't know. And this one might be a suitcase full of something. Who knows? So originally I thought some of those hard cases might be instruments, but right now I'm kind of second guessing that idea. She's had a lot of crafting stuff, so I think it might be more just crafting stuff, but we'll take a look in it and find out for sure. But first we're going to open up those black bags. So this is the one that fell on the ground. It was ready to be opened. It's probably the lightest of the three of them. So we're going to unzip this and see what we got in here. Give you guys a start on this unboxing of this 5x5 unit. We'll see what is in this. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Looks to be some sort of Santa Claus. Can you guys see him? Little Santa Claus. So this might be just Christmas stuff. We'll have to get in this and see exactly what we got. Alright, we got into this first bag, and it was a little damp in there. I'm not sure. I think maybe it sat in the truck overnight. For one night, it may have rained a little on there, so we pulled everything out. We got it soaking in the sun a little bit, but it is all Christmas stuff. So some pretty nice Christmas stuff, though. Let me show you. There's the bag. As you can see, there's a few little droplets of rain in there, so somehow moisture got into this bag, but the stuff doesn't look to be affected by it. As you see, we got two brand new Santas there. This is a bag of box rather of bubble wrap. We got some ornaments in here. We'll have to get into those and see in more detail. We got a little snowman guy here. A whole little toy village. You got the general store. All these little houses. Look at these little houses. This was the plush bag. In this bag here, it says, "May your days be merry and bright," right? I had all these plush. Some of them are brand new with tag, so we could list these. Look at this little elf guy. And this was the only one that had a little signs of wear. Sounds like he might be an older one from 2011, it looks like. This was kind of a cool piece down here. I did press this button. Let me show you what it does. You press this button. This is a Peanuts Charlie Brown little globe, but you press this and it starts to play a song and blow the snow around. You guys see that? Look at that. So old Charlie's in there. A bunch of snow's popping around. That's pretty cool. Let's see if we can get it to shut off. There we go. There's another globe here. This one isn't as extravagant, but a little globe for Christmas. So all kinds of Christmas holiday stuff. This one had an opening and a little scene on the inside there. You guys see in there? Looks like a little delivery guy delivering to the mailbox. And so all kinds of fun stuff in this box. There's also these 2 packs of stickers and some more bows here, a little gift bag. This is also full of ornaments and decorations, Christmas ornaments. They had these 2 door bells. So this one is pretty cool. A colorful little bell thing. And then this one used some more to hang on the door. And just all kinds of Christmas stuff, as you can see. So that's the mystery of the first black bag. We got 2 more to go, though. I think I'm going to let those dry out in the sun a little bit and go pack my orders from the big store. We had what, 6 orders there? So I'm going to go grab those orders and get those ready to go out to the post office. Alright, there they are. Through the magic of video, we have those 6 orders ready for shipping labels. Let's get them printed and get these ready for the post office. Alright, here they come. Let's get these labels printed, get these orders ready to go out to the customers. Alright, we got an empty tote. Time to fill it up. 1 order. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that's not a bad start to the day. We got 6 orders in the tote ready to go to the post office. We haven't checked out the small store yet, but we did have some items come in the mail. Let me show you what came in the mail today. There you see we got 2 orders. I think this one here is a return if I'm guessing right, and this one I think is an online arbitrage purchase. Let's get into this return first and make sure that that's correct, and then we'll show off this online arbitrage purchase. So for those of you who aren't familiar with the term online arbitrage, is where you go online, you buy something with the purpose of reselling it online for profit. So that's kind of what I've done a little bit to find some inventory. I've been focusing on hats lately. I've also done junk drawer lots. I would buy those up and list the better items out of the junk drawer lots. And it's kind of a fun way to get inventory without having to go to the thrift stores and search for it. Comes right to your door and you just list it up for profits. And I've been doing pretty well with these hats, so I'm continuing on with those. But I think this first one is a return, so let's open it up and find out for sure. Yeah, there it is. Looks like just a basic Lake Chelan. Lake Chelan, a nice vacation place out here in Eastern Washington, I believe. And polo shirt, a blue polo shirt with a gray collar. So we'll get that one relisted and refund that buyer. I'm not sure why they sent it back, but it came back. I have about a 4% return rate, so not too bad. So like I've said in past videos, returns are just part of the game. You know, you play this reseller game, you send enough stuff out, some of the stuff is not going to be what they want. So eBay's kind of made it so that you have to accept returns, and you have to just take that stuff back, relist it, and refund the buyer. So that's what we're going to do with this polo shirt. Get this Lake Chelan polo taken care of, and then we'll get into that other package, and I'll show you guys that purchase I made online. Alright, we got that Lake Chelan polo relisted. Now we got to refund that buyer and then we'll be set. We'll be done with that return. Alright, now that we got that return taken care of, let's get into this package and show you this online arbitrage purchase. You may have guessed it by now, it's another lot of hats. I've got some hats in the photo station I'm still working through, but we're going to add these to that. And let me give you guys a look at the original listings so you can see what we got. Here it is, paid $16.91 for these 2 listings. Here's a look at the first one. It was titled Vintage Trucker Hat Lot. That was all they had, and they had 1 photo of the front and 1 photo of the back. So minimal photos and just a short little listing, but some nice looking hats. Here's a look at the other lot. It was titled Vintage Racing Hat Lot, and I won this one for $1. 3 hats. There's a Sturgis hat, a Coca-Cola hat, and a Goodyear Racing hat. And they had a little bit more photos on this one. There's a look at the side view, the tag, the other tag, and then the front again. So I won those hats at auction. The first one I won for $2.25, and that second one, as you saw, I won for $1. So the bulk of the money that was paid was actually for shipping. Total of $16.91 paid for both items, both lots. So let's take a look and see what they look like in person. Sometimes it's hard to tell by the photos what kind of hats you'll be getting, and the condition can vary. So let's take a look at these and see what kind we got. So we got a bag within a bag. Here it says, don't smash, don't smash. Break the word. Smash, 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 smash. Alright, we're into another bag, so that smashing didn't help. We got to get in here with some scissors, smash it up good. I'm guessing this is going to be the last bag. This is the point of entry. We get through this one and we'll be in this bag and we'll get to see these hats in person. Sometimes the people overpack things, I think. They make it a little too difficult. So I'm going to get into this and give you guys a look at it. Alright, there they are. Take a look. Let's pull these out and see what kind of hats we have. Kind of a small little batch this time. I've been ordering some more hats than this in previous lots, but this is just kind of a small hat lot. It does kind of have a smell like beer or something, so maybe it came from a bar or something, who knows. So not a bad investment. $16.91 we spent on all those. Even if we do a conservative $15 on each hat, that's what was it, $105? Did I do my math correctly? Yeah, $105. I just put it in the calculator there. 15 times. Alright, we got them all out here on the table. Kind of a blend of old and new. Some vintage hats, some vintage trucker style hats, and then some newer ones. Let's take a look at this one. This was a fancy Sturgis hat. Of course, the famous motorcycle race. The Rally from 2012. This one comes from 2012. The Black Hills Rally, the 72nd Black Hills Rally from 2012, Sturgis. So a nice strap back, says Sturgis on the back there. This is definitely worth quite a bit of money. I would say that's probably a $20 hat right there. Skateboarding, a lot of skateboarders out there, they need a nice hat. This is a nice trucker style Volcom with the snapback on the auto tag, so the auto collection. So maybe an older Volcom. I think I'm pronouncing that right, Volcom hat. And then here we have the Coca-Cola Racing family. Coca-Cola is always collectible. A nice strap back on this one. Decent clean hat, so we should make some good money. These probably are $15 hats, and this one is probably more like a $20 hat. I actually just sold this hat, a hat just like this, Goodyear Racing, and I think I want to say it went for around $15 to $20. This one is on the Goodyear Racing tag, another strap back, so a good looking Goodyear Racing. A lot of people like NASCAR and that sort of thing, they like to buy those types of hats. Here we go. It's another John Deere hat. I just bought a lot of John Deere hats. So we got a lot of John Deere going online already. But this is an interesting one. Has a picture of a tractor on it. An actual John Deere tractor. And it's the trucker style with the snapback. Pretty clean. A true vintage on this one. This one might be worth $20 too, I would say. Another trucker style hat. This is the Eagle. I think that's a brand of semis, if I remember correctly, but I might be wrong. Looks that way. Has the Eagle patch, the semi patch, a snapback with the baby blue polyester. Has a nice foam in the front that's still looking good. So a nice patch on there. The Eagle. Here we go. Camp K2. Camp K2. An adventure at every turn. An adventure at every turn. So K2. I know that's kind of a snowboarding term. I'm not sure if this has anything to do with that, but this is kind of a brown and beige colorway. A nice trucker style on the Cobra tag. So that is a vintage hat with the snapback. It has the double snapback. That's when you know it's a real vintage, when you got that double. So definitely some nice hats. $15 to $20 on most of those, I think. 15 times 7 is $105. Subtract that $17 from it, and that's your profit, probably. So I just did the math. That would bring it to $88 profit on 7 listings. So once all those get sold, you make it $88. Doesn't take long to list 7 hats. You could probably sit down and do that in an hour. Make $88 an hour, not a bad living right there. So now that you guys have seen that hat lot, we're going to put that in the photo station, get those ready to be listed. I got to get some more hats listed today and tomorrow. So we got plenty in the photo station ready to get through, but we also have that inventory from that 5x5 storage unit I promised you. Another black bag. We're going to get into another black bag and show you guys what is in those bags. You know, you saw the first one, had all that Christmas stuff. Were the other ones Christmas? I don't know. Let's get into one of those and see what we got. All right, just a reminder what you saw in the first stuff, all this Christmas stuff out here soaking up the sun, getting a nice soak, drying out a little from that rain that had gotten on them. So they're going to be ready to be listed next Christmas, probably. This was kind of a cool item I pulled out of the top of one of these bags that I was looking at. The Butchart Gardens, a nice little tile with a rose on the front there. Victoria, BC, Canada. Kind of a commemorative Butchart Gardens with the cork on the back there. A nice tile. I know my mom might want that. I'll have to check with her. So I think that was in this box here. I dug through it a little bit, but we're going to dump that out one of these days and get into that as well, see what it is. I think it's kind of a bathroom bag if I look at it, and that would be my guess, but there might be something in there. Who knows? All right, we got it unzipped. Let's peek in here and see what we got. What is in this one? Ooh, a bag within a bag. We got a Sag Harbor. This looks like a purse bag. So this might be just full of purses. Looks to have lots of different little purses in there, so maybe some shoes. No, a little wallet. So purses and wallets. I'm gonna pull all this stuff out and then I'll give you guys a better look. We'll lay it out here and get some sun on it as well. Alright, we got into this second black tote and we got it all laid out here. It was a lot of purses. There were some nice purses in there. One Guess purse is probably the nicest one that was in the batch. But there was also some books and some other stuff. Let me show you guys everything that came out of this second black tote. Alright, here's a look at some of these purses. These are kind of like the little wallets. I went through them. There was no money or anything in them. We had a little brown one here. This is that initial Sag Harbor that you saw. Neighbors driving off, making some noise. But so we got a busy Saturday morning. There's a lot going on. The neighbors are trying to clean something out. They had a trailer and a big truck, so I had to pause there for a second. It was in the middle of showing you guys those purses. Let me give you guys another look at the rest of them. I think we left off with this one here. This is kind of a nice one. BEC is the brand. I'm not sure what that's an acronym for, but pretty nice looking purse. I think it is leather. And then we have this brown one down here. This is kind of a cheaper beige one. This one is beige and blue. What is this guy? Kind of a small one, a little shoulder one. This is the Guess purse, probably the nicer one of the batch. Looks to be a genuine Guess. I'll have to test the zipper, make sure it works and everything, but that's a nice one. Probably a $20 piece, but there's the purses. There were some smaller little bags over here. Not much value in those, but a nice batch of purses. And over here were the books, a lot of kind of religious books. A Sound List, 50 Shades Free, The Child Finder, Standard Reference Book, an encyclopedia book. It looks to be an older Funk and Wagnalls. And then here was an Inspirational Study Bible, a Spiritual Woman Bible, and then, of course, the Book of Wizardology. Wizardology, right there with all the religion, 199 promises of God and Wizardology. Of course, they got Cosmo in there as well. I'm not sure who that is. Quinta. Some coffee book here. This is some sort of a greeting card thing here where you can make your own greeting cards. And then they had some coloring books up here. All kinds of different coloring books. This was kind of cool. Horses of the World. And then they had the Hunchback of Notre Dame. And that one there. Some sort of geometric print. They had some mail that I'm going through. Make sure there's nothing that they need to get back. But mostly just junk mail. This was kind of cool. I think this is what you put on someone when you want to give them a haircut. And a little tuxedo. Throw it on a kid. It looks to be kid sized. Kind of a smaller. So we got purses, we got books, we got some fun wizardry book, Cosmo, and mail. So obviously not the most exciting find. Probably that Guess purse was the nicest item in there. Some of those books may be sellable as well. We'll put them aside and decide what we want to do with them. We could bulk some of those up, those religious books, put them all together in a nice lot. Pass those along to somebody who can use them. We got 2 totes down and 1 to go, 2 black bags down, and there's 1 sitting over there anxiously awaiting. But I think we're gonna let those purses soak in the sun a little bit and go inside to see what the laundry is doing. We had a nice batch in the dryer that has to be dealt with, so I'm gonna take that stuff out, see what we got. Maybe I can show off a few items if we have anything good in there. So let's get to that next. Alright, there's a look at it. It still appears to be a little damp, so we're going to let it go a little bit longer. So hopefully you guys enjoy this look at this 5x5 unit I purchased for $260. Just a reminder, I paid $260 for all this stuff. We got several loads of laundry coming out of it, some fresh inventory clothing wise that we can make our money back, but we also have all those books. And now purses, we got all kinds of jewelry that I've shown in previous videos. So we're going to send that jewelry to my mom's place, have her go through it, see if there's any gold or silver in there, and then we'll do a follow-up. So be sure to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you don't miss up on the follow-up. You want to know what this unit produces, and there's plenty more to come. There's all kinds of bags that I have yet to go through. So we're taking our time, we're working through it, and we're finding some good stuff. Definitely we're in the profit at this point. We just have to list up some of these items. I've already begun listing a few clothing items, so that money will start to trickle in as I get this inventory washed up and put into my stores. But it's going to take a while to get that investment back. But once you do, then the rest that you list is all profit. That's the way it works. Just steady work and plenty of inventory when you buy a unit like this. A whole truckload, someone's entire life in the back of your truck. It's kind of amazing you can get that for just $260. Alright, we've got 3 totes full of laundry we've done for washed the laundry and got it all folded up and in these totes ready to be listed. Some quality inventory, some lesser value inventory, but pretty good haul nonetheless. And I think we still have some more clothes that is going to come out of this unit. We have yet to see what's in all the bags. We're going to continue going through them. We have another load of laundry ready to go, but I want to see what's in the rest of those bags before we get started on that. As you see, this one is full of all the pants. We've done the tops, and these are the pants in here. So now that we got a handle on some of that laundry, I think it's time to get into that third black bag. I know you guys have been waiting, anxiously waiting to see what's in that other bag. We've gotten into the first two. First one was Christmas. The other one was kind of purses and books. And now it's time for that third one. Let's unzip that one and see what we got in it. So here it is. This one is by far the heaviest of the three. So we're going to take our time carrying this one. Try not to hurt my back. So just based on the weight, I have a pretty good guess what's in this bag. But let's unzip it and check it out to be sure. All right, let's unzip this sucker and see what we got. What is in here? Just as I suspected, a bag full of books. So we got all kinds of books, but what kind of books are in here? We'll have to get into these in a little bit more detail, take them out and see what we got. I see the Bourne Identity. So these are some nicer books though, some hardcover, some soft cover. We'll see what's in there. All right, so we've got everything that was out on the tarp there put away. Most of it will be donated. We pulled a few select items that I'm going to plan to list. That's part of the game. You got to kind of pick the best of best that you want to put online. The rest of it you just donate or give away to somebody else. Out of all that Christmas stuff, these brand new little plushes I'll probably bulk up. And of course this little Charlie Brown bauble is probably worth listing. These brand new stickers I could list, and then 4 of the purses I think were worth listing. The guest purse and then some of the other nicer ones as well. The rest of it will be donated to the thrift store. Alright, it's a beautiful Saturday afternoon, so I think we're going to go take a bike ride, but we're going to look at those books when I return. We'll get into that bag, see what kind of books are in there. If anything has value, we'll let you know about it. The rest of it we'll probably donate with the rest of the items that I showed you. So before we head out on our bike ride, I thought I would log into the small store and pack those orders up. Looks like we had 3 orders in the small store. Let me show you what sold. There you see it, 3 orders for $42.28. Let's see what sold. First item sold for $12.71. It's a Jason Maxwell dress skirt, gray, woman's size small, 25-inch waist by 35-inch length. Second item sold for $22.58. It's a size 18 Liz Baker blue women's flat front dress pants, size 34 waist by 30-inch inseam. And the third item sold for just $6.99. It's a Fashion Bug white and brown striped women's polo shirt, size extra large 18 to 20. Alright, here they come. Let's get these labels on them. Alright, we got 3 more orders for the tote, and a 1, and 2, and 3. It's slowly filling up. Good news. We like to see those orders come in. Alright, we're getting into this last bag of books, and we're finding some interesting stuff. Calligraphy Masterclass, exercise and practice book. So we had that. That was kind of interesting. This was another interesting one. This is official amazing activities for Harry Potter fans. Amazing activities, so all kinds of activities for Harry Potter fans. That is a kind of a very niche market. Here's a little children's book, The Egg by M.P. Robertson. Looks like a pretty nice hardcover children's book. That one's probably worth listing. That looks like it might probably sell. They had this. This was the to-do list eventually. Just a blank to-do list. And Arizona Winter Visitors. Arizona, oh, it's a cookbook. First edition, Arizona, so a cookbook. A nice Arizona Winter Visitors cookbook. So some good stuff. Alright, now we're finding some larger books. These might be worth a little bit more money. This is called The Wild West, kind of a coffee table book. It's called Lawmen, Outlaws, Ghost Towns, and More. The Wild West. So all kinds of fun stories about the Wild West. That'd be a fun one to read, actually. Let's see what else we got here. We got a little doodle journal. Let's see, did they do any doodling in this one? No, it doesn't look like there's much done in this, so lots of room to doodle left. Henna designs to color. Let's see, did they do any henna drawings? No, so there's a little bit of coloring on this back page, but not much. And then we have a meditative drawing and coloring art pad. Let's see if they did any of that. No. Doesn't look like any of these have been used. They're all empty. So that's cool. And Wacky Cakes and Cookies, another bakery. That looks delicious right there. So there we go. We're back to more. Let's see what else we got. All right, let's take a look at a few more books that came out of here. We got Lydia, a novel. Beautiful photo there. We got Joyce Meyer, Beauty for Ashes. We got old Dean Koontz, Seize the Night. We got Bill O'Reilly, Killing the SS. We got Orson Scott Card, Ender's Game. We got Brian Kilmeade, Sam Houston, and the Alamo Avengers. We got Complete One-Volume History Delivered from Evil, the saga of World War II. So they definitely were a history buff. All kinds of history books. There's more, though. Alright, like I said, there's more. It looks like they have quite a few of these Bourne books, so we might be able to lot some of these together. This one is The Bourne Deception. And let's see, what do we got here? This one is not... The Last Olympian. And we have The Monster of Florence, a true story. New York Times bestseller. And we have Robert Ludlum's The Bourne Objective. So that's a bigger hardcover book with a slipcover. We got The Bad Fairies. Let's take a look in this one. Bad Fairies, that one kind of interests me. Look at that, The Dark Side of Fairy. Ooh, spooky. So they had a witchcraft book, and now they got a Dark Side of Fairies. Look at these guys. Man, there's some crazy characters in this book. That would be a fun one to thumb through. Looks like they're upside down now, so it must be switched back from one way to another. Look at all these guys. Look at him. There's a pretty fairy. Look at that guy. Ooh, that's scary. Interesting art for sure. And this one was an encyclopedia, I think. Macmillan Illustrated Encyclopedia. So it's another big one. All kinds of animals in here. Birds and more birds. So this must be just the birds. Let's see, all kinds of birds. So we're definitely finding some interesting books, some niche markets that I wouldn't normally sell into, but that's all right. We'll look some of them up, see what they're worth. That book on fairies and witchcraft and that sort of thing, I've never looked into those niches online, so maybe some of that stuff has value, I don't know. That's one of the things about buying a unit like this. It kind of forces you to do a little research and look into some different niches. Rose, wife on her new electric bike. Alright, we're about halfway through this tote of books. We're finding some good stuff. I think I'm going to take a break now and go on that bike ride. And then we'll get back into it once I return and look at the rest of these books and see what kind of other gems we have in this. Who knows, some of it might be worth some money. Some of those books are very unique. So we'll have to look them up, the ones that I think we could sell, and decide whether or not which ones are worth listing and which ones aren't. Alright, I just made it back from the bike ride. Another successful bike ride. We went all the way around Lake Samish. A few miles, 5 miles maybe, around Lake Samish, and stopped at Squires Lake. That's where we parked. So from Squires Lake all the way around Lake Samish, we came back. Now I'm home, a little bit tired. Rearranged the garage a little bit. We have probably one more day of stuff to unload. I put a load of stuff in my car that I'm hoping to take to my mom and have her help me organize what we want to keep and what we want to donate. I think a lot of it will be donatable, but the jewelry is among that stuff, so she'll be able to at least get a load of jewelry and go through that and see if we have any wins in there. She's a lot quicker at getting through that jewelry and deciphering whether there's silver and gold or any costume jewelry that's worth listing. So she's kind enough to help me with that. So we're gonna get that to her hopefully on tomorrow, and let her do her thing with it. So I'm going to list a few hats, and then I'm going to get into that bag of books and give you a final look at the rest of those books. We were finding some good stuff before we left on that bike ride, so hopefully there's a few more hidden gems in the bottom of that book. Some of those hardcover books are probably worth upwards of $20, maybe more for a few of them, but we'll have to look them up and see if there's anything special. But don't sleep on books. I used to just donate them all, but lately I have a little stack that I just list on occasion, and I've made a significant amount of money off of books, especially those Star Trek books. I put some time and effort into listing all the Star Trek books I got out of a storage unit find, and those have been a steady money maker for me. Alright, I got a few hats listed into the small store. I just logged back into the big store and we had 3 orders. So while I was out bike riding, 3 more orders came in. Let me show you guys what sold. There you see it, 3 orders for $105.07. Let's see what sold. First item sold for $28.54. It's a Big Dogs coffee mug. Do I look like a freaking people person? That's what it says on there. Second item sold for $27. It's a Malcolm X red, green, and yellow baseball hat. One size fits all snapback cap. And the third item sold for $49.53. It's a pair of 1803 is the brand. Brown leather lace-up dress shoes. Man's size 46 European, size 13 US. So another 3 orders for $105 and some change. I'm going to get those packed up and add those to the tote. Alright, here they come. Let's get these labels on these packages and get them ready to ship out tomorrow. Alright, we got 3 more orders for the tote. That coffee mug, that Malcolm X hat, and a nice pair of dress shoes. Alright, it's a little after 9 o'clock. Just finished up having dinner. I know I said I was going to get into those books, the rest of those books, but I think we're going to hold off on that till tomorrow. So come on back tomorrow. We'll get into the rest of those bags, open up the rest of them, and see what else we got. We're approaching the end of this unit. It's been a pretty nice unit. Lots of good stuff that we can make some money off of. Those books were kind of a surprise. I think there is a significant amount of money if you want to do the work there. Some paperback books, some hardback books. So we just got to research it and get those listed, and they definitely will sell. So come on back tomorrow. We'll get into the rest of those books and the rest of those bags, and we'll see what we got. Thanks for watching this one to the end. If you haven't yet, please take a second to hit that subscription button, ring that notification bell, and come on back for more videos. When you ring that notification bell, that way you'll get notified by email when each new video drops, and that way you won't miss out on the follow-ups to these storage units. I think this is the third video where we're going into this $260 unit, a little 5x5 I got out in Linden, and as you see, it was jam-packed. Lots of great stuff out of this unit, and I'm hoping to do some more units this spring, so definitely come on back and watch those videos if you like that sort of thing. Thanks again for watching this one to the end. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.